just is that a good imitation of a burning skull over a tower? I'm just trying to get a thumbnail there. But Final Destination Bloodlines, my out of the theater review was out last night. I'm gonna be flat out honest. I'm not 100% sure what more I can add from it. But yeah, look, my history with the Final Destination films is not very storied. I've never cared that much about them. I mean, I've seen clips of all the deaths and all that, but I'm like, just not usually my cup of tea. But it was one of two films coming out this week. I wanted to try to do a double feature with Hurry Up Tomorrow, especially because of how bad I'm hearing that film is. But didn't work out, and so I'm just like, you know what? It's the new movie coming out this week. I took a break last week, so I was actually tempted to see Thunderbolts again for the second time, but I'm like, it's late. I am starting to feel a little tired. We've got a bit of not a heat wave, but the heat's cranked up a bit more. It's about more humid, thanks to the rain that we gotten. So I'm just like, nah, maybe I'll do another screening of Thunderbolts another time. I do kind of want to sit through it again, just at least one more time. So I saw it last night, and if you saw my out of the theater review, you know how I felt. I had a damn good time with this movie. It's not my favorite movie of the year. It's definitely not going to be on my top 10, almost certainly. But for what I got, a fun, campy Goldberg horror film, R-rated. Damn, it's R-rated. The gore you get away with it, the kills you get away with in this film. Holy crap. It's just a ball. And it's impressive because it's not like it's the most in-depth script in the world, but it's a focused script. There are a few things that I'm like, I watch in the movie and I go, well, wait, look, okay, we've seen once is an accident, twice is a coincidence, 3 times is a pattern. And yet you get like her dad, the main character's dad, who still isn't believing any of this crap. And it's like, wait, you just look, I get it. Your mom had issues from her mother, your grandmother, who was the one who went batshit crazy because death was everywhere. But like, after a while, you can only ignore the reality for so long. So like little things like that got me, but other times it's like, no, you are invested in these characters. Like the one I'm probably least invested in, surprisingly, might be the main character. And it's not that I'm not invested in it, it's just like for example, I dug the cousin, Eric, played by Richard Harmon. He's the one you see in the beginning, the first trailer, where he's the one in the tattoo parlor giving himself a tattoo after his dad died, which we see in the trailer how that happened. And he kind of became the best character in the movie for a while. And sans Tony Todd, R.I.P. But no, all the characters you actually, on some level, like they seem like legitimate people. They seem like real people. So when they start dying, it actually is kind of like, oh, that's unfortunate. Oh God, that's unfortunate. So in the end, I heard someone put it best. It does more or less stick to the rules of its universe. Like, you can't cheat death. They do give you like a couple rules that they established in the previous films about either taking a life and therefore you take their years, or you have to die and then be brought back to break the chain, to break the cycle. And like they bring up and they adhere to that without spoiling anything. Something happens in this movie where I went, wait, so why hasn't anyone gone that route? And then they explain. I'm like, it's like clever. There's also one or two moments that involve like the setup for a death, particularly involving a penny, which is literally brought up, kind of like hinted at towards the very beginning of the film. In fact, I think the first scene of the movie is hinted at. But I'm like, okay, look, I get it. Death maybe manipulates some things, all that, but there's no way that would happen, as far as I know. Like the amount of pressure to do the amount of pressure that that thing is putting out would crush the penny. That's all I'll say. As far as I know, it is, regardless. Like yeah, I mean, all the characters are perfectly fine. You actually like quite a few of them. They got likable personalities. But let's be honest, you come for these movies not for the characters, not for the pathos, but for the kills. And the one other thing I will say is The sequence in the tattoo parlor we see pretty much in its entirety in the trailer. The sequence on the lawn where the dad gets killed by the lawnmower, which you see in the trailer, they show you that. So when watching these scenes, I'm like, yeah, look, okay, all right, that's still entertaining, but I'm not like wowed or anything like that. But the first 15 full minutes, which is the scene in the tower, like we see the grandmother when she's younger, that's freaking awesome. Like that's just fantastic to watch. There's a scene, and a couple deaths are pretty quick. There's a scene involving a garbage man, and I'll say that. But without giving too much away, if nothing else, the one scene that you have heard might be hearing a lot about is the MRI and vending machine scene. That's gold. That is 100% pure gold. Because at first you're like, okay, and I'm not thinking too much on it until I realize what's happening. Oh, like, oh dear Lord. I was like, oh God. It really is one of those moments. And yet the movie is also, again, you surprisingly care enough about these characters and want them seen to make it out, at least as many as they can. You also get there's some decent amount of laughs, including a scene involving a maternity ward, which is very funny. And you also just get some good lore. Like, again, we learn who Tony Todd's character actually is in this movie and how he connects. I'm sad we lost him, but you could even tell in this movie, man, this guy was probably not doing well health-wise even when he did this. But yeah, like it's just fun to see. There's not much I could say negative about it. There's also not much I can add to it. It's just a damn good time at the movies. I'll say this, it's not everyone's cup of tea. It is R-rated, so first and foremost, it is gory. Oh, they do not skimp on the gore in these movies. Never have, never will. It's not overly long, but, it's still, I think it's like an hour and hour and 50. It's like close to 2 hours. But it moves at a decent enough pace. So which one is this, by the way, in the series? Is this Final Destination 6, basically, technically? Because you know what? Hold on. I'm going to find it out right now. Final Destination. How many movies are there? Apparently there's 10 novels and 2 comics, too. Okay, yes, this is the 6th one, which is coming off the heels of the 5th one, which was, dear God, 14 years ago. Almost, just shy of 14 years ago. Man, they certainly took their time, didn't they? The first one came out in 2000, the second one in 2003, 2006, 2009, 2011. So they had a good trajectory, good pace for a while. What did the last one do box office wise? $157.9 million against a $40 million budget. I mean, yeah, that seems like seems reasonable enough to be able to make a sequel against. And apparently this is tracking a really good opening weekend, like somewhere between mid 30s to high 40s, which is the highest opening weekend of the franchise. Made on about 50 million. So if this film can frankly do 150, which what the other one did, it's profitable. If this film does anything above that, they're probably going to try to make another one, which, look, it's an entertaining, as long as you can make these entertaining, make the characters compelling and interesting enough for me to care on some level, I'll go back to see the next one, whenever Destination 7, whatever we're going to call it, the final destination. Eventually I do want to see, because death never I think there's one scene in one movie where death kinda is sort of visually seen to a degree. Like you see what's the best way to put it? A distortion. Like that's the best you can kind of say you saw death in any of these movies. But I wouldn't mind. I mean, granted, that would really change up the vibe and tone of the series a little bit. It would. But maybe for the very, very, very last one, whatever one it is, maybe death takes a physical form, like an actual, not like a demon or anything, but a humanoid form. Like it possesses a man or something or a person, whatever. And, they actually legitimately confront death face to face. Maybe something like that could work. But I mean, there was theories that Tony Todd himself was deaf, but he's not. That's we're gonna reveal that right now. He's not. But otherwise, yeah, I'll be here for the next one. Sure, why not? Maybe the next one will be crap, but the kills might be fun. Either way though, that's my thoughts. If you've seen the movie yet, what did you think? If you haven't seen the movie yet, you're gonna go see it. Let me know in the comments below. But until then, thanks for watching. Trailers. Nothing really stood out for trailer. We got Fantastic Four again. We did not get Jurassic World. We got, you know what? I'm blanking on exactly which trailers we actually got. Mission Impossible. I know we got that one again. Let's see here now. It was Mission Impossible, Fantastic Four. We did not get Ballerina. I think I walked in on one of the trailers too. I was a little late getting in there, but I walked in on them. So let's see. What were some of the? Because we got I remember 5 or 6 trailers roughly. No. Oh, the Phoenician Scheme. Wes Anderson doing his. Yeah. It's Wes Anderson, not Paul Thomas Anderson. That's a different person. Let's see. Briar. Nope. F1. Newest trailer for F1. Oh, and Megan 2.0. The newest trailer for, I'm really looking forward to F1. And Megan 2.0, I enjoyed enough of the first one to be like, all right, they're clearly leaning into more of the camp with this one. So screw it. I'll give it a shot. I believe they gave us Nobody 2 trailer attached to this, which I've already seen, which I'm like, yeah, look, I love the first Nobody. It came out just at the tail end, just as we were coming out of the pandemic, so it did not get a good shake at the box office, unfortunately. But maybe this can definitely, but it certainly developed a good shelf life on streaming and VOD. So here's hoping this one does well. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you for the next one. I'm going to pre-record my what if for tomorrow, just so I'm not going to be busy tomorrow. And I'll see you for the next one later.